Good afternoon. It's Saturday. Let me get my watch it here. March 18th. And if you've seen my old videos, you know that this is my oldest David Bradley. And I showed you a video saying that when I got this, it's a spring clutch, not a ball lock clutch. And when I got it, the clutch was already disassembled. When I tried to put it together, the clutch assembly was too tight. I couldn't get it to work no matter what I did. Well, the thing of it was, when I put it together, I said, well, I'm going to just see if one clutch pad would work. So I had this plate with one pad, and it was the pad that came on it, an older one. And I said, I'll try that. And yeah, it would. And I had the spring on here, and you can see, well, that rod sure is short. If you look at the threading, and it was broke off. That much of it broke off when I was initially working on it. And Mr. Snavely was, if you see his videos, he shows the difference between a spring clutch and a ball lock clutch on two David Bradleys that he took apart. So I sent the question to him if he had any problem reassembling his, and he said, no, actually it went together easier. He said, but Brian, I noticed something on yours. You got the spring on your rod. He says, all the ones I've seen that had a spring clutch, and when I say spring on the rod, I'm talking about the one that, you see on the ball lock. They have a spring over here, and that's how you adjust to pull your lever, your clutch lever. But Travis said, I've never seen one that had the spring lock clutch with the spring on the control rod. He says, you might want to try using just a standard rod without the spring and see what luck you've got. Well, Mr. Snavely gets the Genius Award today. That's exactly what I did. And look, the plate is on. And remember when I said before it was too tight? Look at this. It's working perfect. Now, I haven't cranked it up. You see the belts off of it. I just have got it put back together. But I couldn't wait to do this video and thank him for his brains. He was exactly right. With the spring on here, there wasn't enough tension on the lever to draw the works in enough to put the plate in and the pin and free up the drive pulley. So if you've got one of these and you've had a similar problem, Mr. Snavely has the answer. You've got to use the rod without the spring, and I guess that's why they have threads on these. I never could figure out, well, why do they have threads on these? That's the reason why. Because you use those threads, and you see, I've had to stack these because this was broke. I had to keep playing with it and playing with it to get it to where it would pull the clutch lever in and then pull the inner works. When I say inner works, I mean on this side of the drive pulley. It pulled everything over enough so this would all slide over, and that outer plate would slide right on. And if I wanted to, I could put one of those David Bradley pins in there, but I hate them. I hate those pins. I will never use another one if I can get away from it. So that's why I've got one of these. If it breaks, it breaks, but I doubt it will. But I'll use a bolt or I'll do something, but I'm not putting them well, I'm not going to say what I think I want to say about those pins, but I'm not going to put one of them back in if I can help it. But I wanted to get this video out so you can see. Now, if you see on the back there, I've got my plow, and what happened, you know, Mr. Snavy said, well, Brian, I sure am anxious to see on one pad if that David Bradley is going to pull that plow. And no, sir, I didn't get 1 foot, you know, pulling the plow before it's just spun here at the clutch assembly. So it did exactly what he thought. And Mike Bowers, he said the same thing. He says it's going to be interesting to see if that one pad and one clutch plate will have enough pressure to pull that plow. So that was a bust. That didn't work. Now I'm going to go back out and try it again. If I, you know, once I find out how this works, and my wife gets home, she's at a granddaughter's dance recital. But I'll try to get her to record it this weekend, showing it to let y'all know what happened. Now, before I go, let me say, this is for Sam Andrews and some of you other guys asking about those new clutch pads. If this doesn't work, don't worry, I'm not giving up. I'm going to take these old pads. They're really in good shape for old pads, but I'm going to take them off and I'm going to put the new ones on, and we'll try that and see. Now, I've had some people say that for pulling a plow that they've had better luck with the ball lock, but this is a way for us to compare and see how a spring clutch, and those springs are big and they're strong, and what's happening is it's pushing these works. And when you think of the word clutch, when you clutch something, you're compressing it, and that pressure is holding everything together to operate the transaxle. So we'll see with these old clutch pads, with the spring hold enough pressure to pull the plow. If not, we'll try the new ones. If that don't work, that tells us all something about the comparison between a spring clutch and a ball lock clutch. Hope y'all having a good afternoon, and look forward to letting you know what we find out from running this setup as it is right now. Take care. Goodbye.